Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm just doing a video why I took a break from Facebook um, and why I'm kind of cutting down on my social media. So 2020 was a really fucked up year for me, as I've said in previous videos. From the beginning there was a couple of things that happened that I'm not going to talk about on this channel. Then there was also a breakup and so forth. And I started taking a break from Facebook right after that breakup. Um, I wanted to just draw back from just the endless, I don't know, I just associated with, everything was that all my relationships and my friendships and stuff, it got into a point where it's just, I, I wanted to withdraw and just focus on myself, especially with a breakup happening. Um, Now this recently happened again as far as me wanting to take this kind of break, and that was November. And, you know, there's some other personal reasons why I wanted to take a break from Facebook, but majority of the things was just it was getting really in the way of, I think YouTube's a time waster. Going on comments on YouTube, but it was one of those things that I had to draw back again because there were certain things, certain situations, certain predilections that I experienced while I was on there that I didn't like, and I would have become quite a monster on there if I would have stayed, because I would have been arguing with people all the time, attacking people and stuff like that. Possibly, I'm not saying like I have no self-control. It's just, we get into these stupid debates and stupid arguments all the time with people on there, and it's just like the whole thing's kind of a joke in a way. It's not real life. Another thing, is like when I talk about how I hate virtual things and I like real life stuff. And I wouldn't really make a statement on that. It's like kind of like a performative aspect of me not being on Facebook. It's like, where's Matt now? I mean, it's like I do actually want things to change before I go on there. I want to. There's certain things, there's certain goalposts, I would say, that I'm gonna use until I'm back on there. Um, yeah, I do like to live my life as somewhat performance art. I'll admit it. Like, oh my God, I'll have my album out, and maybe I'll be dating someone new, and I'll have my these other websites and business projects like in a acceptable state to share, and I'm giving myself that time to go back on there. People want to contact me in real life, they can do so. I have a phone, I'm still on Snapchat, um, and I'm still on YouTube, but I'm not, I'm ostensibly on Twitter too, but I'm kind of not going on there for similar reasons. Um, but yeah, I just got into these arguments. And another thing is a lot of my friends are really politically um, so in their bubble and their tunnel vision about things that it would have gotten really bad, because let's say they posted something about a MAGA rally where there's a super spreader event, and then I would start saying, posting some statistics or stuff like that. I'm not a supporter of Trump. I'm just saying, like, some of the political stuff the last year that I've gotten away from a lot of the groupthink that people have had on on platforms like Facebook and stuff, and it would get bad. I mean, most of my friends ostensibly are liberal and left wing, so, but some of them are very establishment. You know, some of them aren't so establishment, and obviously I have more respect for that. And then some friends are so well read and so intelligent that they will be able to talk to me about stuff that they disagree with upon me. Like my friend that I mentioned in the other video, who was retweeted by someone famous on YouTube. So yeah, I took a break from Facebook, and part of it's because of certain personal relationships I've had too. I just didn't. Oh, God, it's hard to explain, but it's like you want to just clear yourself of all these things and just try to focus on yourself and focus on things that you're doing instead of having to think about this or that. You know, certain people will pop up in Messenger and be like, "Oh no," it's like I just want to cleanse myself of that thing, and I just associate Facebook with this mindset, and I don't know, it's just weird. So I took a break. I'm going to be back on there June 1st, though, regardless of the completion state of my projects. But yeah, there's always I'll admit it, like taking a break from it's like, this is where people see me because a lot of them are isolating, from other people, probably. Yeah, maybe they'll meet me in a park outside with 6 feet apart with a mask on, or something like that. It's like, fuck. I hang out with a group of 3 to 5 people a week. And then I see certain family members and certain other friends once in a while too. So it's like, yeah, some of them are still doing that, of course. I'm sure they are, And then, I had disagreements with certain people too that are, I'm not going to say who on Facebook about certain issues. And it's just like, I have all these people that I disagree with right now. Let's see things kind of get back to an equilibrium in the world with political and current events. And then maybe I can get back on there without being tempted to argue. I don't know. I'm just a firebrand, Fuck. I just, I would be tempted to argue. There's just various reasons. But yeah, there's a performative aspect to it. It's like, I remember one time, this sounds real, it's not like I'm trying to manifest this or anything. One time I took a 2-month break from Facebook. It's like, by the time I went on there, I had this really hot girlfriend. And I'm like, and then I, started taking pictures of her. I'm like, oh, he's back. What was he doing? How did you get this girl? And it's really fucking ridiculous. But I have these little things, these little these little plays or whatever you want to call it. It's just like, I want to come back on Facebook like all muscular and have 2 hot chicks around me, like famous in music or whatever. No, it's not like that. Of course, that'd be fucking funny, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's people that are friends, ostensibly friends that got into arguments with. It's just like, do I want to prove them a certain way wrong by coming back on Facebook when shit's more together in my life or something? I don't know. I used to, my brother, rest in peace, I used to want to like prove to him that I was, because he used to cut me down quite a bit. I was kind of, I probably asked for it some of the time, I was kind of raised a little wussy at times, so he would kind of cut me down or have me do little things that he would do. But I used to want to like prove him wrong and just come back like, I'm so cool, man. Fuck you, man. I'm better. I'm better. It's like, well, unfortunately, he died homeless of kidney disease. So I mean, I'm not denigrating by saying this, but it really didn't matter that he said all that shit. I mean, it didn't really matter. It's stupid stuff. I wish he was still around because he's the reason for all this stuff right here. But it's just we would think about that. But yeah, philosophically and the Facebook thing, it's just the huge break that I'm taking from Facebook. It's just there's many different reasons, and people may disagree with my reasoning because I'm still on YouTube and I'm still on Snapchat, but it's just like, I don't know. I do want to come back and like, take this like profile pic, like he's back, but he has like these tattoos and he's like suntan and like driving a fucking like Testarossa and like what the hell happened to him? I just love those kinds of surprises. So yeah, it's partially because of that, because I know most of the people on Facebook do not watch these videos, so they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a performative thing. I'll admit it. A lot of my stuff, a lot of my life is performative. I like performative things, like to come out and like I might be doing a video where I'm wearing a gas mask in public, and I know Sticks, Hex, and Hammer. Well, I already had this this gas mask. Okay, so I was talking about it before, and then with friends and stuff. But then I saw him do that, and like, oh, I'm gonna wear video, but I might actually go to like the shopping mall or something and have a friend film that, just because I think it's hilarious. I think it'd be fucking hilarious, stuff like that. I'm very perform. I love performance. I love just performing for the world, and that gets me into trouble sometimes, because I love PDA too. So I almost got kicked out of a fucking movie. In fact, I'll tell you which movie I got kicked out of. I almost get kicked out of Midsummer in 2019 with my ex-girlfriend. Very getting hot and heavy. It's funny because it was kind of it was like my first girlfriend, or not first girlfriend, my first girl I dated, I'll say. Kind of happened. It's the same thing kind of happened. But that was a long time ago. I'm not going to talk about that. But it's funny. I'm funny. It was almost kicked out of a movie theater. It's pretty hilarious. I mean, I don't know if we would have been kicked out, but we were kind of going a little. I was pushing the limits, but a little too much, which I'm probably not going to do in the future because it got a little weird at times. But I just love like showing off and performative kind of stuff. I'll admit it. I just love attention. That's why I'm on YouTube. But I don't give a shit. I'll just come out and say it. Public displays of affection. Yeah, it might gross people out sometimes. I'm sure it does. But whatever. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. So yeah, I'm taking a break from Facebook. I'm going to be on June 1st, one way or the other. I'm hoping that my life is different when I go on there. So, these people do I think these people are doubting me? Yeah. I think people do subconsciously or consciously doubt people. Like they think, oh God, that guy's just going to do this, just going to do that. Oh. They're saying that shit, of course, because I say about them. So why would they say about me? I'm just being completely honest and upfront about shit. But I'll be back on Facebook, and hopefully there'll be some major goalposts that are achieved, by then. I'm hoping. I know the album will be either finished or out, but as far as other stuff, hopefully too. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Facebook is like a trap. But I do want to get back to those people. If they wanted to talk to me, I put my email in my mess. I put a in one of my posts. I put my email. It's like if anybody wants to contact me, they can contact me at such and such email. It's like, I had a few friends actually text me though, so which is cool. A few of my closer friends. Some friends are probably not. There's some people that I've had a falling out with on Facebook too that I'm still friends with, and that's too bad. That they, but I called them some names and stuff that were inappropriate because I got really frustrated. Then there's exes on Facebook that I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of weird stuff I associate with Facebook now, and it's just like I can't fucking deal with it right now. I just don't want to deal with all that stuff, all the endless just bickering and clickbait and memes. I mean, I love the lawyer cat meme, and I love that other cat meme from a couple years back. I don't give a shit. I loved it, but it's like I'm not gonna. If I was, when I go back on, of course I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff. But I'm hoping that a lot of these political divides that I've had with people the last year or so are a little bit healed over by then, because and that's part of it too. I mean, I'll admit, like, my opinion is a little more unconventional because I'm not as pro lockdown, or I think I'm not going to say I'm anti-mask, but I'm going to say like having it as a totem, as some kind of thing to worship as the be all end all panacea or panacea or whatever of the virus is stupid. I think that was a stupid mistake. Just say, well, it's better than nothing. Maybe say that more in the media. It's better than nothing. It does do some help. That's my opinion. It probably does do help a little bit. But saying that it's like oh my God, you're an asshole if you don't wear a mask, or it's the ultimate cure for everything. You know, it's like that's the attitude a lot of people have had, and a lot of these articles that people post and stuff. And it's just fucking stupid. I mean, look at did it really help? You know, overall. I mean, social gatherings, you know, are the only thing that's what spreads the virus. I mean, and I go to social gatherings, so I'm an evil fuck. So, you know, according to some of these people, I'm sure I'm evil, even though the people that I hang out with are all anti, like a lot of them are anti-MAGA and anti-large gatherings and stuff. But we have a bubble. No, we don't have a fucking bubble. There's no bubble. I'm not asked by certain friends where I was hanging out last week. Every time I go there, like the rules for the bubble. Oh. You know, I think, like I said, I think the bubble is a reasonable, and I did bash the bubble at times in some videos, but the bubble is a reasonable alternative to being a pure coronitarian. It's kind of a middle ground, middle of the road, you know, so to speak. I don't wear a mask with people that I know. You know, if it's 2 or 3 or 4 people, I'm not gonna fucking wear a mask for 5 hours sitting in their basement. You know, it's like if no one's sick, I mean, if 40% are asymptomatic, there will be one symptomatic person out of 5, I'm sure, and they'll tell people, and we'll know. You know, so it's like nobody's gotten sick. I probably already had the fucking thing. You know, but people can bash me all they want. I don't care. You know. I mean, if I really listened to the criticisms that I probably would get from people, I'm probably a entitled, edgelord, COVID denying, Bernie bro. What else? If you know, there's a lot of stuff. Entitled white male, fucking cis, racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic piece of shit. Because, you know, certain things I say, even though I don't know where that. I mean, they'll call anything. You know, people will call a lot of stuff racist. It's not racist at all. You know, and I don't. You know, I just did one of my last videos. I talked about how I loved Black Klansman. You know, I thought it was a great video. I mean, great movie. You know, it's like, well, I guess I'm a racist, but you know, I guess I'm a transphobe because I question 67 genders, even though I don't question trans people. And yeah, I wouldn't date someone that is trans because I want to have children and stuff like that. You know, I just prefer a natural born, biological children. Sorry, you know, that's problematic too because I'm, you know, not getting any younger. So it's like, well, how are you gonna have children? Wait a second, you're this age? Oh, you better date someone that's old, like 33 or 35 because that's the -7 plus whatever the fuck rule. You know, it's like no, I don't want to date someone that's fertile. I mean, if I do decide to have kids, I'm just saying I'm leaning towards that eventually. So, yeah, I'm problematic, edgelord fuck, and I'm proud of it. You know, I don't give a shit. I'm problematic. You know, I should be canceled. Would I be canceled if I were more famous? I don't know. You know, I don't know. But that's what my next video about. There's some people that can't be canceled.